Hello again and welcome back to the shop. I'd like to share a quick little tip with everyone today. I'm preparing for a craft show and I'm making ink pens. I'm using the same pen kit and making blank after blank after blank. And this is a little trick I came up with to really speed the process. I'd like to share it with you today. I hope you enjoy it. Many times when I make pens, I'll batch out a whole stack of pens at the same time. This is the procedure that I used to have to go through. Let's say I'm making a slimline pen. I take my blank, I'd lay my tube on here, I'd mark it, I'd mark the second half of the tube, draw a line here, and I'd take it to the saw and cut it. And then I would repeat that process for every one of the blanks in this stack. Here's how I'm handling the mass production cutting of my blanks now. You might remember this simple sled. A while back I did a video called Brick Pens, and I used this sled to cut the slices for my pens. It's very simple. It's made from my bandsaw. I've got a runner for the track on the bandsaw, and then on the front of the sled I've got a piece of oak that is squared to my blade. I took the tubes from the most common pens that I make, I laid them right next to the kerf, and I marked their length on the sled. I drew a nice little line, and I put an alphanumeric character next to each line. On the back of the sled I've made a legend. A is good for slim lines and magnum bolt actions, so that way I can very quickly and very easily identify the length of my blank. Let me show you how this works. Let's say today I'm planning on batching out a whole bunch of slimline pens. I look on my legend and I see that slimline pens equal line A. I take a stop block, I lay it next to the line for A, use a clamp to hold it down. I get my blank. I would recommend just going ahead and putting a line through your blank so that you can keep your pieces together so that the grain lines up. All I have to do is take this to my bandsaw, put this piece of wood here, cut, move it over, cut the second piece, and I've got my slimline blank cut. Let me take it over to the bandsaw and show you just how it works. I'm at the bandsaw, ready to cut some blanks. Here's the slimline tube. I'll lay it against my blank and you can see it's perfect. Pull the second blank over, absolutely perfect. So I could sit here and I could run blank after blank after blank through my saw with this jig and not have to spend all the time to measure each one. It's a huge time saver. It doesn't seem like much, but it's a huge time saver when you're batching out pens regardless of the type. Thank you for joining me in the shop today. I really hope you enjoyed my quick tip on batching out pen blanks. It's a super simple little sled and it will save you a boatload of time if you're preparing for a show and need to cut many blanks of the exact same size. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, I invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button so that all of my future videos will be delivered directly to your YouTube feed. Please feel free to share this video, leave comments, questions down below. I'll be glad to answer them. And as always, I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. Have a great evening.